my mental health went so low. It took over my life. I'm already getting emotional. Sad and lonely I was. The people that think you are absolutely beautiful because you are, they're the people you want to surround yourself with. So we need to care about what we can control and how we feel about ourselves. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can probably tell from the title on this is going to be more of a sit down video where I open up about my skin and my journey and struggles with it. These past 11 months or so have not been easy at all. Hard is an understatement. I have a skin condition and I will explain it in this video. I definitely wasn't expecting to be making a video about this so early on in my channel, just because of how hard it is for me to talk about and I guess make it public. But I really want to be real and raw with you guys from the absolute beginning of this channel. But I am willing to make myself vulnerable and put this out there if it means just helping one other person who is currently dealing with a skin condition, whether it's acne, dermatitis, eczema, even just a breakout that they're struggling to deal with at the moment. I want to make this video for them to let you guys know that you are not alone and it is okay to feel all these emotions, to feel like no one else is going through it and have all these mental games like I'm not pretty enough, no one's gonna like me, I can't be seen without covering it. And I'm also making this video for myself because this is something I have struggled with for so long and hidden for so long that I want to do this to put myself out of my comfort zone. If I highlight this now and show you guys, then from now on this channel, I won't be so worried about, oh, people can see it, people aren't going to know what it is. It's not going to stop me and it's not going to worry me as much anymore because people will know. I just want to put it in the air from the beginning and help anyone else. So before I do begin and get into it, I do want to say that this video is not a how I healed my skin video or tips and tricks to get clear skin or anything like that. It is not how I fixed it. I wish I could say it was. This isn't for that, but it's just more of a chat, open up video. I don't really know exactly what I'm gonna say because there's so much to say, so I will try not to make it too long. Okay, so pretty much as a little intro into my skin struggles, I guess, is about 11 months ago, I started getting really bad dots all the way up my arms, like under my arms and on my legs. I will put photos in this video throughout. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse, and I had no idea why it was happening, what was causing it, what to do about it. So I let it go for a little bit just to see if it was like a heat rash or something, just something like superficial at the time, and then it just kept getting worse. Nothing happened, it didn't get better at all. So then over the course of months I went to dozens of doctor's appointments. I saw dermatologists, I saw skin specialists, I had heaps of tests done, and months of all of this, no one could give me any answers. I have been on so many medications, anything the doctors thought of, we tried it, nothing happened. So yeah, after so many months of just this vicious cycle of seeing someone new, being told they don't know what it is or could be this, we'll try this medication, I wasn't getting anywhere. I became so helpless and frustrated. My mental health went so low. I've struggled a lot with mental health over the past few years, but this on top of everything else was actually ridiculous. Just not knowing what I had and knowing what I could do to help it, because I was willing to try anything, but nothing was working. So every doctor appointment I went to, I cried every single time afterwards because it was just another lost cause. So then I paid hundreds and hundreds of dollars to go to dermatologists, and I got my hopes up so much when I booked those appointments. So I paid hundreds just to get like a consultation, for him to be like, we've never seen this before, we don't know what it is. So yeah, this was just a vicious cycle. My mental health went so low, and I think that's what I'm going to go through now. It got to the stage where I was practically hiding myself from every single person, every single social event, not even events, just being around people. I pretty much hid myself for 8 to 11 months straight. I felt so lonely. I felt so isolated. I wanted to enjoy myself. I wanted to go out and just do the simple things, but my skin stopped me from everything. I felt like I wasn't living because of my skin. I'm gonna move my camera because it's very bright. Look at that sun. If you don't know, I live in Australia where it's obviously very hot, and we had an extremely hot summer last year, and we had an early summer as well where like the few months before it was high 30s to 40 degrees. So I was training, but because I didn't want people to see my skin, I wore jumpers to the gym and long pants every single day. No matter how hot it was, how hot I was, I wore a jumper, and it's all I thought about 24/7. Like, I remember packing my gym gear for the next day and being like, I wish I could just wear a crop top or a singlet. And then I'd see other girls at the gym just literally just wearing anything other than a jumper on a 40-degree day and being like, I wish I could do that. I envy that so much. Like, if my skin was better, I would be so much happier. Like, I would not care about anything else. Yeah, so I would be going to the gym on these 40-degree days, and no matter how hot, how uncomfortable, how sick I felt, like I felt sick so many times at the gym because I was just overheating, and I would not take it off because I did not want people to see myself. It created such an unhealthy relationship as well with the gym because I just dreaded going for that reason. And then it also got to the stage where I remember thinking to myself that because I can't control my skin and I felt so ugly, I felt like no one would ever like me, no one would love me. So I thought, because of how bad my skin was and how I couldn't control that, going to the gym, pushing myself to extreme limits, I felt like I was never going to be pretty or attractive or have confidence because of my skin, so I at least had to make up for it physique-wise. It just became so toxic, and no matter how good I got, I still felt like I was never good enough. And then I also worked in a bakery, and so working in a bakery on 40-degree days surrounded by industrial ovens, I wore jumpers every day again. And people would actually comment on it like, why are you wearing a jumper? And I'm like, no, I'm fine, I'm not hot. So yeah, it was just that bad. And then socially wise, I would avoid all social situations, big ones, small ones. The only times I would do stuff is if it was one-on-one with one of my few friends who knew about it. So I missed out on so much. Even just beach days, because I'm such a summer baby. But if there was other people involved, there was no way I was gonna go. No matter how much I wanted to, I just couldn't. Only time I did go to the beach was, again, if it was one-on-one with a friend and we had to go to an isolated beach, or right down away from people at a main beach. And then to get to and from the beach, like walking past people, I would put on a long sleeve shirt and pants at the beach just to get past a few people. It was just on my mind 24/7. Like, I couldn't enjoy myself out. I'd be like, oh my gosh, we're about to walk past these people. Someone's about to walk past, cover myself up. It took over my life. It took over my mental health. I had no social life. And then the few times I did go out, whether it was for like friends' birthdays or whatever, and I had to be around people, I had the worst panic and anxiety attacks every single time beforehand, where I would just absolutely break down. I'm already getting emotional. I'm getting like hot, sweaty, like I'm cold but I'm hot. Ugh. Anyway, so the only way I would be able to go out around people is if I could cover myself up. It was obviously summertime and the afternoons were hot when all these girls were like wearing all these cute summery outfits, and I remember thinking, I just want to be able to do that. I would like online shop and see these things and I'm like, I wish I could just wear that. Like, I love it so much, but it's not going to cover me, so I can't get it. So yeah, I was having these full-blown anxiety and panic attacks every single time. And most of the time, I'd be getting ready and then bail last minute because my confidence was so low, my self-esteem was so low. And then it got to the stage where it really impacted my family and my mum as well. She just saw how sad and lonely I was. Okay, we'll get there. I can't take it off because I have nothing on. So yeah, my mum saw how miserable I was, and she would just witness everything firsthand and the things I called myself. So then it really impacted my family as well. So yeah, that's that side of things. I don't want to keep going on forever about that. So like I said, it impacted my mental health so much, and I still struggle a lot with it. My social life, And even like how I lived my life and what I missed out on. I turned down really good and big job opportunities, non-job related opportunities as well. Like I said in my first video, I've been wanting to do YouTube for 3 to 4 years, but then the past 2 years I have wanted to so much. And then last year I was like, I'm doing this, I'm so excited, and then this skin thing came up and it stopped me from doing my YouTube completely. So it stopped me from doing so much, and I remember creating a note on my phone, and it's still on there, and it was titled Things I Want to Do If My Skin Gets Better. It wasn't when my skin gets better, it was if it gets better, because I had no hope. It was small things, like small simple daily things that anyone can do, and like I just wanted to do, to like bigger things. This list, it was huge. It's just so sad to think about these things that I wanted to do so bad. I just didn't because of my skin. I still don't. I thought once my skin is better I can do this, but right now I can't. It is just so sad that how we feel because of our skin changes how we live our life completely. I'm still dealing with it, and it still affects me to this day. Like yesterday I went to the gym, it was a hot day and I didn't bring a jumper, and then I decided to play up, so I got so self-conscious at the gym. I didn't have anything to cover myself with, so I left the gym earlier even though I really wanted to train. So it still affects me so much to this day. Like I said, it's going to be a bit messy because I didn't plan this, but just before my skin condition popped up, I got attacked really badly by a dog like a month or 2 beforehand. So yeah, this dog pierced my muscle in 2 different spots, and because of how deep and just bad it was, they were so worried about infection. So I was put on the strongest antibiotics you could get, and obviously I'm a small human, like I'm pretty petite, so these antibiotics, although like yes they helped prevent infection, they got me so sick. Like I have never been this sick in my life. At first I didn't know why, but then it clicked that it was because of the antibiotics, and it just absolutely messed with my body. My bacterial to fungal levels were just absolutely thrown off. So when I was first seeing the doctors and dermatologists and whatnot, they had all these different theories. It was a process, and eventually they got to this theory that it was because of this dog attack and like the bacterial levels in my body. So then they were like, okay, it's bacterial, then we'll give you these fungal tablets. No change. And I went back and they're like, oh no, it's fungal. So then I took these bacterial tablets, and then they were like, no, okay, it's nothing to do with the dog attack. So I was just thrown around so much. I started off so hopeful seeing all these people, and then I became so helpless, and I knew no matter who I saw, how many times I saw them, it was not going to get any better. So after all these theories and being put on all of these different prescriptions and medications, and just being like a guinea pig, I guess, because no one knew what it was, I did my own research, and it became so disheartening because I couldn't find anything, and I was just willing to try anything. I just wanted to know what I had to do to get better. It took a while, but I eventually used Dr. Google and self-diagnosed myself. What I found literally ticked all of the boxes, but I did not want to believe that that's what I had, because every website I read, it was like, there's no cure, there's nothing you can do about it, it's going to be with you for the rest of your life. And I was like, no, I cannot live my life like this forever. It's been hell and back. So I refused to believe that that's what I had. And then I had another dermatologist appointment that week, so I was like, I'm not going to say anything about this condition until I see what he says. And at the end of our consultation, he was like, it could be this, and said what I was thinking, and I broke down. So anyway, it's called keratosis pilaris. I'll put it here. So after the dermatologist said this is what it could be, we're not sure, but it could be this, we'll give you some medication to try help it. So every single night for like 2 months I had to take all these tablets as well, but I had to put a cream on my arms and on my legs, put a moisturizer on top of that, put more cream on top of that, and then get these bandages things, like wraps, wet them, drain them, and put them on my arm. So like ones that like a tube kind of one, and I had to do that every single night. I did that for like 2 months and nothing happened. So I did more research myself, and I went on to all these threads, And it's a rare condition, but there were people who on these threads saying, I have it, this is what I did, and it's definitely so much better. So if you saw in my video, my last video, I said I'm gluten-free. This is why, because the gluten really messes with it. It's not from the gluten, but it really makes it worse. So we can kind of control the flare up of it and how bad it is. But I've been gluten-free now for a fair few months, and it has definitely made the biggest difference. I still have the dots. They still have their days of being really good, but good for me, and really bad. But that's pretty much the only thing that I can really do to help it. I'm still on medication, but we don't even know if that's helping it. But I've been going for 24 minutes. I'm so sorry. So yeah, that's the struggle I've had with it. I'm still struggling with it to this day. Like, I get so anxious to go out and be around people, especially if it is a flare-up day. My self-confidence is not good, and it has always been low. Like, I've never had self-confidence, but ever since this has popped up, it's non-existent. There definitely has been some points I've missed, and so much more to this, and like the impact it's had on me and my mental health. I could go on forever about my journey with it and more things that have happened, but that's not what this video is about. I really just wanted to put this out there to show you guys pictures of what my skin was like and what it's like now. To let you guys know that I do have a skin condition and how much I really struggle with it. So now I'm just hoping to get more comfortable in my next few videos and not worry about like, oh no, they're gonna see my skin. And I can't do YouTube because I don't have good skin. And I really, really want to help anyone out there, whether it's just one person who's dealing with their skin, and know that you're not alone. And no matter how put together someone seems. Oh, that's another thing. Sorry, I get a bit sidetracked. So no one, other than the few friends I told in my family, no one knew what I was struggling with. No one knew that I even had these skin problems, because I hid it so well. Not in a lying way. I didn't edit my photos or anything. People would see these photos of me on my Instagram at the beach or around people looking happy or wearing little shirts that aren't covering my arms. Like, people would have no idea. I wore a jacket or a jumper absolutely everywhere, and the only way I got these photos, I would quickly take my jumper off, get the photo, and then put it back on. Or if I was out socializing, like out for drinks with the girls or something, and we wanted to get a nice pic, I'd quickly take my jumper off if there was no one behind me, get the picture, put it back on. Anyway, to people on Instagram and social media, it looked like I had all the confidence in the world. I wasn't struggling with anything skin-wise. That's what it looked like. But I was struggling more than anyone could ever imagine. My happiness, my mental health, my confidence was at an all-time low, but people looking at social media would be like, this girl is thriving. And I guess that's what I want to say is, like, been going for that long, it just cut me off. I'm gonna wrap this up. But yeah, what I was saying is, please, please, please don't compare yourself to social media. It is 99.9% of the time not the truth. Please don't compare yourself, your life, your skin, your appearances, your social status, anything like that to social media. I got in that trap of being on social media constantly and comparing myself. It just made everything so much worse. No matter how many things you try, you really, really just have to be your #1 supporter and not put yourself down. It's easier said than done, I know. I just feel like I missed out on so much of my life, even though it was like 11 months, but I turned down so many things, big and little, because of it. And even though I'm still struggling with it now, I am slowly getting out there more because I don't want this to control my life. I don't want to miss out on all these things because of my skin. And not even like big things, just like I want to live my life, and I have not done that the past year. So I just want to kind of set this as a challenge for anyone else who is dealing with their skin, no matter how big or how small, to put ourselves out there a bit more and live your life and do the things that you want to do for yourself. Yeah, your skin will always be in the back of your mind, and that's okay, but we really can't stop it from doing what we want to do. And also, sorry about this lighting, the sun is very blinding. Makes my eyes very green. Oh, hiccup. So before I finish this video up, I really just want to get across the point that you are so much more than your skin, and you are not defined by it. It seems so simple. Like, anyone who hasn't struggled with their skin severely won't understand how hard it is and the mental games it plays. They just think, oh, it's not that bad, or no one notices, or like, it'll get better. It's not that simple. And now that I know that like my skin condition is kind of gonna be with me, I'm now learning to love myself more and just accept it, because I'm like, if someone doesn't like the way I look because of it, or if someone judges me, or if someone points out to it or makes a joke of it, or whatever, I've dealt with it all. Those people you don't want in your life. And so like, if someone says something or judges you, they're not people that you want around yourself. So yeah, it sucks that they're saying those things. It makes you feel like absolute crap, but they're not a part of your life. And the people that don't care, the people that love you regardless, the people that think you are absolutely beautiful because you are, they're the people you want to surround yourself with. They're the people that matter, not the people who are little beeps, because their judgment means nothing. And because they are judging you, because they are saying those things, that just says something more about them than you. They honestly need to find something else to worry about other than you. So yeah, that's just like the point I wanted to finish on, is that you are not defined by your skin, and you are so much more beautiful than you think you are. So we need to care about what we can control and how we feel about ourselves, not how someone else feels about us. So yeah, I hope this video does help someone else out there. It has been hard talking about it. I want to be real with you guys on this channel from the absolute beginning, and I'm so excited for this journey with you. Thank you again for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. Your support means so much, and I have so many ideas to do with this channel, and lots of fun ones as well, so not just sitting down like this, but it had to be done. So please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I'm gonna go get out of this sun because I'm boiling.